Assalamualaikum students. I hope you all are fine. So students, it's our 5th week. I'll give you the lecture of class 7, subject of science. Today we will discuss unit number 2. The name of unit number 2 is material. Material is all about the things we are using in our daily routines. In this unit, we will discuss chapter number 3, which is fibers from animals. Students, we use different type of fibers, different types of cloths, and we want according to the climatic condition. For example, in summer we wear cotton cloths that are good absorbers of sweat and help ourselves feel comfortable. In rainy season, we use raincoats, rubber boots and umbrellas to prevent ourselves from getting wet. On the other hand, in winter we wear thick woolen cloths to keep our body warm. So it means there are different types of the cloths we use in our daily routines. Now the question is this, that these cloths we use, they all are produced as we are using? No. There is the proper method of preparing, of making clothes, and the first thing we discuss before we making the cloth is the fiber. Fiber, we can say, that is the unit of the making clothes. What is the fiber? Fiber is obtained from different types of or the kinds of animals. For example, sheep, goat, camel, or there are the different types of the animals from which we get the fibers in the form of wool or their skin. So before I tell you that what we will discuss in this chapter, first of all I will tell you the objective of our chapter is to help the students learn about different animal sources of our clothes. Natural fibers, methods of getting wool and silk from animals. So students, first of all I will tell you that there are two types of the fibers. One is the natural fiber and other is the synthetic fiber. Natural fiber, by the name of this natural fiber, you get to know that it's about the nature, means the fibers, those we obtain from the natural sources like animals and plants are called as the natural fibers. The second one is the synthetic fiber. By the name of synthetic means they are synthesized by different chemical processes. So the fibers that are synthesized or that are made with the help of chemicals are called as the synthetic fibers. So in this lecture I will tell you about the animal sources of our clothes and the natural fibers. As I have told you that animal fibers are obtained from the animals. They are mainly of two types. One is the wool and other one is the silk. By the name of the wool, it is simply assumed that we obtain wool from the animals like sheep, goat, camel, yak and many other animals. These wool yielding animals bear hair on their body. In our next lecture, we will discuss silk also. Silk is another animal fiber that obtained from the silk worm. But we will discuss it in our next lecture. So, first of all, I will tell you about the wool. From where we get the wool? We get wool from the animals. From the skin of the animals. Animals like goat, sheep, camels, yak and many others. So, there are two, first I'll tell you that what is wool. Wool basically it is a type of protein that can trap air in it. Trap air in it means it helps for the protection in winter and the summer season. It also acts as a poor conductor of heat. Wool keeps the animal warm. The main source of the wool is sheep. Although it is obtained from the goats, camels, yaks and llamas, the thick covering of the wool on a sheep is called fleece. Fleece is the thick covering of the wool on the animal's skin is called fleece. It's of two types. One is very close to the skin of the animals and other one is the next to the skin layer. So the underhair part is used to prepare soft wool, means the layer which is very close to the skin of the animals is used to prepare the soft wool. Wool fibers have the power to absorb and give off moistures. They can absorb moisture almost 1/3 of their own weight. Means the wool of the skin, wool of the animal can absorb the moisture 1/3 of the animal's body's moisture. There are different colors in the wool. You can see in your surrounding like black, brown, silver and random mixes. Though the people had started domesticating the sheep from around 10,000 before Christ, they learned the techniques of getting wool from sheepskin about 5,000 years after. The finest and the most valuable wool comes from the sheep. It is a breed of sheep from the Spain called as the merino. On average, a sheep produces about 2 to 30 pounds of wool annually. Students, we know the amount of the wool that a sheep produces depends upon its breed, nutrition and shearing interval. Lambs, there are different life stages in the life of a goat or sheep. I'll tell you that lambs, they are the young sheep. After that, ram, an adult male sheep. After that, ewes, adult female sheep. These are the different stages in the life of a goat or the sheep. So lambs produces less wool. It depends upon the nutrition and the age of that sheep. Lamb can produce less wool than the mature animal. Due to after that, ram usually produce more wool than the lambs. After that, ewes, they can also produce the same type of the wool like the rams, because rams are the male adult sheep and ewes are the female adult sheep. So countries have the different types of the climate in the different regions. All types of the climates do not suit all breeds of the sheep. Although sheep wool is most available, wool in the market, wools from other animals are also popular. So here we will discuss the wools that we get from the other animals like the York wool, Angora wool, Cashmere wool and camel wool. We get these wools other than the sheep wool. So what is the York wool? It is written over here. York wool normally it is a type of cattle with long hair and long horns. York wool is popular especially in Tibet and Ladakh. After that, the Angora wool. Angora wool normally we get from the Angora goat or the rabbits also. They are normally found in the hilly regions. Angora wool is extremely soft, warm and fluffy. The fibers from the Angora goat is called as the mohair. Mohair are the fibers that we get from the Angora goat. After that, cashmere wool. Cashmere wool, these are normally obtained from the bellies of the cashmere goat. Cashmere is a kind of the goat and which is found in Tibet in China, is called as the cashmere wool. This wool is one of the most expensive and soft, and they also easy to dye or is to color. After that, the camel wool. By the name of this wool, we are very clear that it is obtained from the camel. So camel is also used as a wool. This wool is sometimes left in its original color because of its natural beauty. They also yield wool which is soft and warm. Now we will discuss the techniques of extracting wool, means separating the wool from the animals like yak, sheep, goat, etc. So there are different. The process of turning wool into fabric has several steps. As you can see the steps on the board. First is the shearing. Shearing is the cutting of the wool or the cutting of the fleece. I already told you that fleece is the wool on the skin of the animals. So first step is the shearing. After that, the scouring. In scouring process, the wool is washed or the shirred. Shirred means cutting of the fleece or the cutting of the wool from the skin of the animals. After that, the process is sorting. In sorting, the wool is graded according to their weight or the size or the length of their fiber. After the sorting, there is the combing. In this method, the graded wool is combed and aligned into different layers. After combing, we have to face making yarn. Basically, yarn is used to spin the threads for knitting, sewing or the weaving. So in making yarns, the fibers are spinning or ready to make the clothes. Now I will tell you these procedures in description. The process of turning wool into fabric has the several steps you can see on the board. In shearing, it is the cutting of the wool. The cutting wool of a sheep is called shearing. You can see their diagrams on your book page number 27 also. It's a process in which very sharp blades are run close to the sheep skin for removing the coat of the wool. Coat is the fleece, and fleece is the wool on the skin of animals. Sometimes the sheep are washed before shearing to pull out some of the natural lanolin and to remove the large pieces of the debris or dust etc. The shearer tries as far as possible to remove the fur in one piece. So it is easy to score if you get the wool in one piece. So scoring. The process involves washing in sheared wool thoroughly with soapy water to remove all unwanted and greasy material. After that, wool is dried and passed through the rollers. Sorting. Sorting is the grading of the wool. Wool is divided into sections and graded by quality. Wool of the same quality is processed together to obtain different types of textiles. After that, combing. Sorting process is followed by the combing, in which wool is combed to pull the fibers into alignment and to remove chunks of material which may be caught in it. Then combed wool is then run through very fine wires brushes to line the fibers up. After that, making yarn. I already told you that yarn is that stage on which the fibers are spun and now they are ready for the the swing. So in making yarn, the fibers are then spun into threads or yarn for weaving, crocheting or knitting. The width of the finished thread depends on how it is handled during spinning. There is also the diagram on the board in which these techniques shown very clearly. First of all, the sheep is shirred. After that, the shirred wool or the fleece is baled for transport to the mill. After that, fleece is washed to remove the dirt. There is the sheet of the fleece and it is washed to remove the dirt or any type of the debris. Now, carding machine combs the loose wool fibers into a sheet. There is a carding machine. You can see in your book, there is a very clear diagram on your book. The carding machine, it can separate the loose threads or the loose wool fibers into a sheet. And here is the sheet twisted into a rope is called sleever. Now carding machine enables the wool to come into the shape of the sleever. After that, the sleever is stretched and twisted into a thin yarn. Now the yarn is ready for weaving, knitting, crocheting or the sewing of the cloth. Now here is an important information I want to share with you, that is the Maryland Sheep and the Wool Festival is organized by the Maryland Sheep Breeders Association. The purpose of the festival is to educate people about the utility of sheep and wool. A number of volunteers from the sheep breeding and fibers arts communities makes this festival a delightful event. Now students, in our next lecture we will discuss our second source of fiber, which is the silk, and we get the silk from the silk wool. And you have to learn all the syllabus which you get at your WhatsApp number, the syllabus of chapter number 1, 2 and now it's of chapter number 3. So complete your notes on the books as well as on your notebooks and learn all the materials on your book and notebooks. Thank you so much students. Take care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.